Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Don't you just love it when you've got biological men that will try and convince you that they are biologically female? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is this one NHS doctor in the UK that has gone on record by saying that I'm biologically female. And this person has also insisted that this person is a biological female, even though we know that this person is not. But this person is a biological male, claiming to be something that, well, it's not. So Sarah Grover shared this over on X, and well, I just had to make a video about it because my goodness me, is it one heck of a doozy. And this person that claims to be a biological female happens to be a doctor. How in the world did this person become a doctor if this person can't even get around something so basic as what a male and female are, and that you're not a female, that you are a male? Dr. Beth Upton is this person's name. Now, this is from the Telegraph. So the Telegraph has got a different title to what the BBC has, and the Telegraph put everything behind a paywall, and I couldn't be bloody bothered to buy something from the woke dingbats known as a Telegraph. So forget that as a joke. So I decided to go for the free version, which is the BBC. Not much better at all, but it's free nonetheless. So this is from the Telegraph. Their title was "I'm biologically female, insists trans NHS doctor." Well, I'm glad that it insisted. But this one's actually better. Believe it or not. What's better than insisting that one is biologically female? This one. I'm only asking for basic respect, Fran's doctor. I'm only asking for basic respect that you choose to accept my delusional fantasy that I am actually a woman. But deep down inside, I know that I'm not. I'm trying to live out this fantasy. Anyway, a transgender doctor is only asking for basic respect. Only asking for basic respect, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think you're going to give basic respect to this individual? Hey, I can respect this individual if they respect the fact that I think that this person is a man. Right? Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? When it comes to having their gender identity accepted, course, there's always a catch. I'm only asking for basic respect if you accept my gender identity. My identity is this, that I'm a female even though I'm not. An NHS Employment Tribunal has heard Dr. Beth Upton also repeatedly insisted on being a woman after being called a man by lawyers during cross-examination, because that's exactly what you are. Doesn't matter how many times you insist upon something, doesn't mean that it is so, right? Especially when it comes down to this. The medic complained to NHS 5 after nurse Sadie Peggy said Dr. Upton should not be allowed to use the women's changing room at Victoria Hospital in Kirkcaldy. I agree with the nurse. The nurse had left the room on 2 occasions where she encountered Dr. Upton before the pair exchanged words during a third encounter in December of 2023. Miss Peggy argued that sharing the room with Dr. Upton amounted to unlawful harassment under the Equality Act. Well, I happen to agree with her. The health board suspended the nurse for allegedly bullying and harassing Dr. Upton in January of 2024. You've got to be kidding me. Dr. Upton told the tribunal, I'm aware that some people are uncomfortable with trans people. No, we're uncomfortable with the fact that you're a biological man in a woman's space. Like, stop trying to change things around, you dingbat. But I don't think that automatically overrides a trans person's rights. What right? You got no rights. This dingbat thinks that it's got rights to access a changing room which aligns with their gender identity. Right, okay. The tribunal had previously heard that Dr. Upton began transitioning in 2022, So you've only been a woman since 2022, whereas a nurse has been a woman since bloody conception. How about that? Dr. Upton said it was agreed with a supervisor that the medic would use the female changing room after starting work at the hospital in August 2023. The doctor also said that a gender recognition certificate should not be required for a trans person's gender identity to be validated or respected. Right. Okay. Naomi Cunningham, representing Miss Peggy, told the medic, it's obvious why someone would be unhappy to see you in the changing room. You're male, and women would feel uncomfortable with you in the changing room. Dr. Upton responded, I'm not male. My presence is not an invasion of the privacy of their space, but I can't speak for how they feel. Yeah, of course. I don't care how they feel. I only care about how I feel and my gendered identity, my expression. I've got to express the fact that I am a woman, not a male. Hate to break it to you, son, but how in the world did you become a bloody doctor? The doctor told the court that biological sex was a nebulous, fancy word there, nebulous term. Love how doctors use these fancy terms. They probably don't even understand what they mean, which doesn't really mean anything. Oh, biological sex. It's a term. We don't really need it anymore. Yeah, let's get rid of biological sex. Why not? Let's just get rid of all the medical textbook. Let's get rid of biology in total. Like, what's the point? It's a nubious term. There's too many nubious terms. Dr. Upton defined gender as someone's sincerely expressed identity and the way of understanding themselves. How? You don't even understand yourself because you're saying something you're actually not. How is that truly understanding oneself? I don't know. I don't get it. Which was deeply personal and varies person to person. It varies person to person, does it? So, yeah, one person can believe that biological sex exists and is real, but yet, and happens to be a regular human being, but a doctor goes, nah, it's just a nubious term. Nubulous. Doesn't exist, ladies and gentlemen. The medic added, biology is significantly more complicated than a stick figure with trousers and a stick figure with a skirt. Well, I'm glad we're referring to stick figures here to make your point. Like, you're living in La La Land, man. Again, I will ask, how the hell did you get your doctor's license? Oh, my goodness. The doctor said that the changing room would ideally have individual lockable changing cubicles to give people more privacy. The lawyer then suggested that Dr. Upton could have requested a private changing space in the hospital. Yeah, we're like, well. However, the doctor disagreed and said that this could have potentially been othering for a trans woman and would have required a discussion, adding, it's not a decision I get to make. But yet somehow you get to make the decision on how you're feeling and you don't care about how anyone else is feeling? Right, okay. Miss Cunningham suggested the medic was asking Miss Peggy to submit and say she believed the Dr. Upton was a woman, which they both know to be false. We don't both know that this is false, said Dr. Upton. I know it to be true. How do you know it to be true? Oh, because I said so, because I'm a doctor. I don't care. I don't care if you're the King of England. I don't care. I'm only asking for basic respect. I'm not asking for anyone at work to submit to me. Just, I want basic respect, man. Why can't you give it to me? When asked why Miss Peggy did not want to be in the changing room with the medic, Dr. Upton said, I presume it was because of my trans status. You got a status too. Jeez, wow. Dr. Upton told the tribunal Miss Peggy had avoided being in the changing room when the medic was there on 2 occasions in August and late October or early November 2023. There was only some kind of issue here, the doctor told the tribunal. It could be based on anything and deeply felt. It's not up to me to pry, and it's it's up to them if they want to express it through a professional or formal channel. Whether it makes me upset is a bit irrelevant in this instance. The pair exchanged words in the women's changing room late on Christmas Eve, 2023. However, the two disagree on what was said. Miss Peggy previously told Tribunal that the doctor was getting undressed during the conversation, but Dr. Upton denies this. Well, I'm more inclined to believe someone that actually believes in reality rather than someone that's living a delusional fantasy and doesn't actually believe in biology. That's just me. Okay. Dr. Upton claimed Miss Peggy initiated the conversation. Of course, it's going to claim that, and said the doctor should not be using the women's changing room and that she was intimidated. I was trying my best to explain, de-escalate, and understand, said Dr. Upton. Sure you were. I'm sure you were. The medic urged the nurse to report her issue formally. Dr. Upton claimed Miss Peggy was aggressive during the exchange, adding, I consider the act of wanting or waiting for a colleague to leave, confronting her, asking personal questions, and using pejorative language inappropriate. Of course you do. The tribunal continues, ladies and gentlemen. We'll wait and see what actually becomes of this nonsense, shall we? It's utterly absurd that you're even in a tribunal at the moment, but it is the UK, ladies and gentlemen. It is, sadly, a fallen state at the moment. It's just horrendous. I speak to people that have fled the UK that have come here, and I ask them, so where are you from in the UK? And they'll say where they're from. And they tell me that, yes, the UK is as bad as what I'm seeing on X, as what I am actually reporting. It's crazy. Like, actual UK citizens are fleeing their homeland and living here. And then you got some that have gone home over Christmas and have realized the state that the UK is in and have been horrified by it. Like, it's just, what is going on? Welcome to Keir Starmer's two-tier UK, ladies and gentlemen, and the insanity of having a so-called doctor that doesn't even believe in biology. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.